Ladies and gentlemen, friends, dreamers, young people, old people, and those who are not sure whether they are young or old. Good evening. Success has no age. It is not written on your passport, your ID card, or the wrinkles on your face. Success does not care if you are 18 or 80. Success only cares about how hungry you are today, how willing you are to learn today, and how much effort you put into becoming better than you were yesterday. Every single day, life gives us a chance to grow, to improve, to reinvent ourselves. Sadly, too many people waste that chance by saying, "It's too late for me," or "I'm still too young. I will wait for the right time." Let me tell you, there is no perfect time. There is only now. When I was rejected from jobs, people told me I wasn't qualified. When I was younger, they said I lacked experience. When I got older, they said I should retire. If I had listened to these voices, there would be no Alibaba, no story of Jack Ma. The truth is simple. The world will always try to put you in a box based on your age, but you must refuse to stay there. Think about a tree. Some trees bloom early, some bloom late, but both can grow tall if they are watered daily. You are the same. Your water is daily effort, daily learning, daily self-improvement. You can start today at whatever age you are, because the world never runs out of opportunities for people who keep working on themselves. Success is not about when you start. It is about whether you start and whether you keep going. When I was young, I applied for a job at KFC. There were 24 people applying and 23 got accepted. Only Jack Ma got rejected. I remember standing there thinking, how is it possible that the chicken liked everyone except me? Maybe I looked too hungry. At that moment, it felt painful. But now when I tell the story, people laugh. And honestly, I laugh too, because failure is funnier when you survive it. I also applied to Harvard 10 times. 10 times they said no. Every time the rejection letter came, I thought maybe they accidentally sent it to the wrong Jack Ma. But no, it was really me they didn't want. Finally, I decided to reject Harvard back. I said, that's okay. I don't want you either. I will build my own Harvard on the internet. When I share these stories with young people, they laugh. But I want them to see the deeper truth. Those rejections were not punishments. They were lessons. Every no I received became fuel for a bigger yes later in life. Those failures taught me how to stand up, how to stay patient, and how to keep believing, even when the world didn't believe in me. In fact, I often joke that I had the most expensive Harvard education in history. They didn't let me into their classrooms, but by rejecting me so many times, they taught me resilience, creativity, and determination. Skills many students never learn inside the campus walls. So my advice is simple. Don't cry when you fail. Don't hide when people say no. Instead, laugh, learn, treat failure as the tuition fee you pay for future success. Because life, if you look at it the right way, is not a tragedy. It is a comedy. Now here comes the serious part. Success has no age, but it has a rule. Work on yourself daily. People think success comes suddenly, like a lottery ticket. No, success is like eating rice one bite at a time. Nobody eats 10 kilograms of rice in one meal. You eat small bowls every day. The same is true for success. If you read one book a week in 10 years, you will be wiser than 99% of people. If you practice speaking for 10 minutes daily, in 5 years you will inspire crowds. If you save $5 every day, in 20 years you will be financially free. It's the daily habit, the boring routine that builds greatness. People don't fail because they are not talented. They fail because they stop working on themselves. Let me share something very funny. At different ages, you have different advantages. In your 20s, you have time, energy, and no fear. Use this age to try everything. If you fail, it doesn't matter. You can still eat instant noodles and sleep on the floor. In your 30 seconds, you start understanding who you are. This is the best time to focus, to stop running in all directions, and to build your foundation. In your 40s, you have experience. You may not run as fast, but you run smarter. You know which wall is real and which wall is only painted. In your 50s, you have wisdom. You know that making money is not everything. You think more about creating impact, about building legacy. In your 60s and beyond, you are a treasure. You're not just living, you're teaching. You are inspiring the younger generation by showing them that life doesn't end when hair turns white. It actually begins. So tell me, where is the problem? Success has no age because each age gives you a different gift. Now let me make you laugh a little more because life is too short to be serious all the time. One, people say, Jack, you are successful because you're lucky. I say, yes, I am lucky. But luck comes when you work so hard that people think you are lucky. 2. People say, Jack, you are smart. I say, no, I failed school many times. I'm not smart, I just never gave up. 3. People say, Jack, I want to be like you. I say, then you must also want to be rejected 30 times like me. Success is funny. Everyone wants the glory, but nobody wants the story. So, how do you actually work on yourself daily? Let me give you a recipe. 1. Read 20 minutes a day. Books are the cheapest mentors you will ever have. 2. Practice your skills. If you're a speaker, speak. If you're a writer, write. If you're a coder, code. Don't just dream, do. 3. Take care of your health. A sick millionaire is poorer than a healthy beggar. 4. Learn from people. Talk less, listen more. Everyone you meet knows something you don't. 5. Laugh every day. Success without laughter is like food without salt. If you do these things daily, I promise you in 10 years, people will call you lucky. When I was young, China was poor. We didn't have much money, we didn't have much technology, and we certainly didn't have much confidence. Nobody believed that a Chinese company could ever compete with American giants at that time. The idea of building something like Alibaba sounded crazy even to me. My friend said, Jack, don't waste your time. You should find a safe government job, but I refused to believe that our future had already been written. I told myself, if nobody believes, then I will believe first. And look what happened. Alibaba became one of the biggest companies in the world, not because we were lucky, but because we worked on ourselves daily, not waiting for miracles. Now look at you today. You have more opportunities than I could have dreamed of at your age. You have the internet. You have smartphones, you have global access to information, you can learn anything from anywhere for free in seconds. When I was starting out, if I wanted to study English, I had to ride my bicycle for 40 minutes to a hotel just to practice with tourists. Now you can learn English by opening YouTube, watching a movie, or even chatting with AI. Yes, even I use ChatGPT sometimes. It doesn't reject me like Harvard did. The future is wide open. You have the tools, the resources, and the freedom. But the question is, what are you doing with them? Are you using technology to grow, to learn, to create, to connect? Or are you only using it to scroll endlessly, to gossip, to waste time? The future is not in the hands of technology. It is in the hands of how you use it. Work on yourself daily, and the future will work for you. Once a young man came to me full of energy, eyes shining with dreams. He asked, Jack, please tell me what is the secret of success. I could see he expected a magical answer, maybe a secret formula, something like a hidden treasure map, or a single lucky habit that would turn him into a billionaire overnight. I looked at him and said, it's very simple. Wake up earlier, sleep later, and work harder. He looked shocked, almost disappointed. He said, Jack, that's too difficult. I was hoping for something easier, like drinking green tea every morning or wearing lucky socks or downloading some secret app that guarantees success. I laughed and told him, exactly. That's why not everyone is successful. If it were easy, everybody would already be there. The truth is most people are not willing to do the hard things. Everyone wants success, but they want it without the sweat, without the sacrifice, without the daily grind. They want the fruit, but they don't want to plant the tree, water it, or wait for it to grow. Success doesn't come from wishing. It comes from working. Working on yourself, working on your dreams, working even when you don't feel like it. I told him, if you really want success, learn to love discipline more than comfort. Wake up before others. Keep learning when others are playing and push yourself when others are giving up. If you do that every day, people will call you lucky one day, but deep down you will know it wasn't luck, it was effort. So remember this funny but true story. The secret of success is no secret at all. It is simply doing the things most people refuse to do. My friends, remember this. Success has no age. It is not measured by the candles on your birthday cake, but by the fire in your heart. Failure is not the end. It is only feedback. A teacher wearing an ugly mask. Every day is a new chance to grow, to plant a seed, to water a dream, to push yourself just a little further. And life, believe me, is much more fun when you learn to laugh at your mistakes instead of crying over them. So go out there. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a trickster. It always looks close, but never arrives. Start today. Start small. All if you must, but start work on yourself daily, because that is the only investment that never fails. If you spend 10 years always improving yourself. The world may not notice every day, but one day it will look at you and say, wow, you are so lucky, and in that moment you will smile. You will remember this talk. You will remember the late nights, the rejections, the funny failures, and the small steps you took every single day. You will know deep in your heart that luck had very little to do with it. It was never about luck. It was about daily effort, about the courage to keep going when it was easier to quit. So write your own story. Don't copy mine. Don't copy anyone else's. Write it with your own mistakes, your own laughter, your own persistence. Keep working, keep laughing, keep believing. The world is waiting for your story. And trust me, it will be worth reading. Thank you, my friends. I love you all. Now go out, start today, and become the daily version of success.